Hi guys, I am ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of what am I playing? Hi guys, I am ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Subway Builder. This is lovely London, and we started out with our first lines, the A and the B line over here. And what I've done in between is I've added a commuter line here. Now, I did run into some problems with the commuter line, considering that this is actually a service line. I'll quickly give you a recap because I wanted to record it, but there was a bit of a technical glitch. So I'll give you a recap of what happened with the commuter line. So we've got heavy, I'll keep it running because we're actually trying to build up cash. So I'll keep it running while I explain. So we've got our two heavy metro lines next to each other in this spot at -20. Actually, I can tell this story with a layer. So let's go with, it's a little bit elevations, right? So I'll tell the story with layers. So -20 is where this is at. So, and the commuter rail is at -20 as well. Now, the metro lines, the heavy metro lines stays at -20. Now, what is then happening is as we get out of the center, we're at -20, and we now start to go up to -10. We transition to surface level, and we run at grade. Now, what is not clearly shown here, because of the kind of the elevations that's shown, is we're actually running at +5 to cross the water, right? And we're ramping, and then, ooh, look at this. I've never actually seen that. Look at that. Oh, I love it. I love it. A lot of little details that I'm not actually picking up on. Okay, so then we're running at surface again. Here we're going up and over at +5, elevated across through here, and then we're continuing elevated because there's more water. We can't cross directly on water, and then we're ramping back down into at grade level, and that's kind of where we're stopping. But what we are seeing is that, and I'll quickly show this to you. So we'll actually, I want to just plop back to normal tracks. Yeah, with what we're showing there. Now, what is happening? If I show you the toolbox and we go to the routes, and we go to commuter 1, I've managed to fix this though. I think there was a bit of a buggy situation, similarly to what's actually shown in the renders of the lines. Let's go back. In the renders of the lines here, we didn't quite see all of this detail previously, right? So I guess there was a bit of an issue with my beta settings. But anyway, going back to the routes, if we look at this route and we go to trains, we can see we are hard capped at 4 trains per hour, which is interesting. We're now running at 2.9 trains per hour, given, I guess, the route length, distance, because of the crossing point. The grade crossing point. So things like, not necessarily that, things like this is resulting in us only being able to run 4 trains per hour through here. Where is the train? It's not, oh, here, it's going to come. Yeah, there we go. So this is resulting us in only 4 trains per hour. So this is a reason why we wouldn't necessarily want to run at grade everywhere, because we're severely constrained by capacity. What I did, however, have a look at to see is if we go back to the construction side of things and we put this at, well, let's say an elevated section, all right? If we run that, we can run elevated across buildings and the likes, but it seems like some buildings are clearly higher than others, right? So through here, we could actually run a viaduct rail service at, a fraction of the cost of the tunnel system if we run it straight across buildings. And I guess we're not necessarily going to do that, but if we have to cross over a corner somewhere, we might do that in the future. So that's something for us to keep in mind. It may ask us to, we may want to consider a rebuild completely. Now, what I'm going to do of some sections of the line to facilitate that. Now, what I'm going to do from a route perspective, train perspective, I think we're going to go ahead and up our numbers to maybe an 8-car stretch. So we're now running not enough train cars to increase cars per train. 8 cars, 10 needed. Okay, so let's run a 6-car train, right? We'll run a 6-car train. That should still cover us this, and it gives us a little bit of extra capacity, which we are seeing is a little bit of a problem. What I also want to talk about a little bit is a potential goal for us. So if we pop in here, we can see that our current our current performance for the transit system is 0.6% of daily trips is being facilitated by transit. Now, we have a potential 4.4 million, 4.5 million trips that we can ultimately try and tie into, but that's a little bit ambitious. But maybe what we can do is let's target an initial 5% or something, 5% transit trips. If we can get to that number, that would be really quite good. And I guess let's talk a little bit about our performance based on these numbers. So that gives us a little something to strive for. Coverage, of course, will help that, but I guess that 0.7, 0.6, 0.7 where we're hovering at the moment is what we're going for. In addition, we want to obviously continue to expand our budget so that we can keep doing this. So that, I think, in a nutshell, is kind of what we want to do. So here we can clearly see Route A is doing the bulk of our lifting. Oh, here we go. We've got a bit of a newspaper article. Transit workers reveal the unwritten rules every commuter should know. After 18 days of operation, the transit system has developed its own culture, complete with unspoken rules that veterans know by heart and newcomers learn the hard way. I like it a lot. Stand on the right, walked on the left, explains Hassan Davis, a station attendant at Utility Lane. You'd think it's obvious, but every day someone gets it wrong. Other tips from the experts: don't make eye contact during delays, never block the doors, and whatever you do, don't eat fish on the train. Oh, I love it. This is really fun. We had an incident last week. Hassan Rosi, city planner, recalled with a shudder. Someone brought sardines. The smell lingered for three stops. With 61,000 total riders and counting, these small courtesies make the difference between pleasant commute and transit purgatory. Okay, so it's kind of giving us a little fun ways of showing we're reaching some milestones. I do like that. Now, what I do think is, let's have a quick look at the demand. Where should we be expanding to at the moment? At the moment, our 3 lines are doing good. Before we do that, have a quick look at what's happening with our. And we won't go to the 24-hour. We'll look at the last 14 days and see what we're doing financially, right? So clearly, our green line is above our red line on a day-by-day total. So we're kind of seeing that it is quite healthy. And we should see growth. I would like to see the green line significantly higher than the red line, but I guess, making about a $33 million profit, $36 million profit per day is not too shabby, right? So we can continue, I guess, to expand on that basis. So yeah, here we can see it. The profit per day is in the $30 million mark, right? And we can obviously do stuff to improve that. Our cash is growing significantly. So that should allow us to expand trains, at least train lines and things like that, little bits by little bits, right? So let us quickly have a look at what that expansion could look like. So at the moment, if we go from a worker's perspective, I think we're covering the bulk of our immediate stuff. What would be interesting is if we go here from, I think this is Paddington, right? So if we just do that, yeah, Paddington. If we run Paddington through Central and then in the opposite direction to Canary Wharf. If we run Paddington to Canary Wharf as an extra heavy metro line, actually, is there a natural extension of that? Not really. Not really. So I guess then we would extend out into the suburbs, so potentially down into this Greenwich, Eltham, Longlands area down here to pick up more commuters, right? So if we go residents, then we can just extend to pick up more residents. Now that is not the busiest spot, so maybe we actually run through Abbey Wood, this area. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know London, but that seems from the data telling me that would be a pretty good extra line. Now that line by itself would cost quite a bit, but we could make a start to at least have that crossing through here and then see about running that through this area. Okay, back to routes. So now, if we were to consider, now obviously we can consider some other expansions like extending the commuter rail, which in honesty may be the quicker win for us, right? If we go back to demand to residents, yeah, I think that might be the quicker win. Now, what is going to be interesting here is, do we try and split off anything? I'm kind of wondering whether we potentially do a split where we run one up here. There is definitely a bit of room there. And I guess we run it on viaduct, right? So that it can easily cross over to some of these areas all the way up here. Yeah, that's one option. Though the thing that will worry me about this is we don't really have the capacity to run this. So we will have to do some proper upgrades of this line to be able to do that, and potentially even quad track it. And maybe that's something that we'll look into if we get sufficient demand. Yeah. And then something down that way. And then the other one I was thinking of is running down this way, which you could all kind of run through here, right? I guess we can do a big coverage pull to try and do that, especially given our numbers. But our numbers are coming up. I might be able to do, maybe before we do that, look at something like a bit of a build. So let's see if we wanted to do construction at the lower levels, heavy metro, and we go to say 5 or 12, right? If we do a 12 like this, yeah, we could do a 12 like that, because that's 8 meters. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Let us do it here, right? So that's 120, right? And then we do stay at 12 meters, right? So we've got 20 and then we've got 12. And the plan is immediately for us to go out here to Paddington, right? Where's Paddington? Why can't I see Paddington? Oh, all the way out here. So the plan is to run something through this area. Now, we don't really have a natural road to follow unless we kind of do that road there, which in reality might not be the worst thing to do. But we are not picking up a lot of working opportunities out here. Alternatively, we could run through there and then down this stretch and then transition over to there, you know. But I guess that doesn't pick up this one. So maybe we just run straight to there, run through this area here. Yeah, I think, and then run down that stretch there all the way to Paddington. And we'll kind of maybe conclude it somewhere over here. And then actually we can transition to, we can even run there. Okay, fine. Let us look at what the initial costs of something like this would be. I think this one will just have to be underground though, right? So we'll get our first station over here. So let's add another station. Right over here somewhere, right? So if we go with that, add another station, is that too far away? Do we need something a little closer? Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. If we do something like this, right? And we do the next one, say, like there, right? And then we do the next one, kind of say in here somewhere, okay? And maybe, okay, maybe that's sufficient for now. Gives us 4 additional stations at a cost of, yeah, we can't really afford much more than that, right? So maybe that is the thing for us to do. Gives us a little bit of an expanded opportunity here. Now let's close this one down to see if it's possible for us to get a little bit better at this. So maybe what I'll do is I'll delete that one there and we'll grab it something like this instead, right? So it's a little bit more straight. Yeah, I think that is okay. And then maybe we'll do a very similar thing with Harbour Street over here. We'll just go back and we'll just straighten that out a little bit more, like say this, right? Okay, so that it's now what street? Burn Street. Now, if we wanted to now just run the line, so now we're at 480 million, right? If we do that, that's too much. That's too much. Never gonna do it. Okay, so what we'll do is let's trim this back, get rid of these items. Should we try and start that section? That one we might be able to afford. Okay, up to about there and up to about here. 580. That leaves us 100 million. I'm really hopeful that that is a useful use of our expanded capabilities. Let's have a look at that. Okay, we will go ahead and build it. And then this line, we'll add a new route. Should they have the same color? Let's go blue for metro, right? Blue for metro. This will be the D line, okay? So we'll create that route, right? It's going to be, oh, hang on, what was that? Let's discard the changes. Let's go the blue heavy metro, and that's the D line, right? And we'll say create that route, right? We'll do that, and we'll say that. Okay, so now you're gonna come in here, so we'll have you stop there, and then we'll go to the next station, there and there. Okay, and then we'll go to the next station where you're going to end at over there, right? Let's confirm. Apple Street. Okay, I need to change this. This all needs to be central. I did change it to central, just so it's easier for us to understand, and that gives us a lot there. So let us confirm those changes. We'll go to trains. We will say 112. Is that how many more trains do we need? Let's buy it. Okay, so that should be okay. So we can't necessarily go up any further than that, but that should give us reasonable stuff there. So that's D. Okay, so that should be fine. So we'll go back out of this and we'll go back out of that. So now we've got, ooh, okay, and this one. Let's delete that one. So B and D. And this one, I want to edit that to go to blue instead. And we'll save the changes. And we go back. And that gives us bad. Very, very bad. Okay, good. So this should now be running, right? So we should start seeing stuff. So immediately we've got our different color codes for our different lines. So and this one will be C1, C2, C3, and then if we do anything else, we'll see. But I guess it's only going to be the C's and then the standard ones. Now, what I do want to do is make a few changes to our station names, right? So I don't want to see a bold street anywhere really. So if we go here, so that station, this one needs to be central, all right? This is central, that is central station, right? So I'm just going to save that, right? Central. And the same thing with Bishop's Gate, really. So if we go Bishop's Gate, this needs to be central as well. Right, just so we're clear on where this is, basically, right? Okay, good. Now I would like to see our usage per line. So this line should be carrying quite a bit. I'm still not seeing, oh, there's some warnings coming in. It's only on this commuter line where the warnings are coming and let's see if we just go route by route. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, starting to see some good numbers here, so hopefully that is being quite useful. And that we're slowly starting to see some good finances with regards to these ones. So the idea would be that we want to see what our daily profit is. Whoa, operational profit is going to 50 million now. That is really good. So we've gone up from 33 to 50 million. So that's good. Almost at 50 million. Not quite 50 million, but almost at 50 million. So at least that means that we're making a reasonable amount of money every day so that we can continue to expand that journey. Right, so that should help us out a little bit more. So that's starting to become quite a nice little spider web, and I do like the color coding. So now it's very clear to us what is metro and what is not. What we can also do is we can just do elevation, so we get a quick idea. So this one is about -10, these are -20, so we've gone pretty deep on these two, and I guess we should transition to a lower depth. But I guess the reason we've got these different levels here, and then this one is quite up high now, but I guess that one has some limitations in terms of what we can tie into it. But I did want to potentially flare out. So I guess something that's going to immediately become evident here is what we're going to do with this kind of radial pattern is we're going to transition to split these things into multiple routes as we get a little bit further away. And I guess then we can go potentially even into light systems, so we can pick up a little bit more. Yeah, I think that's good. But I guess for now, what is our immediate expansion? We're starting to see some level of capacity warnings on trains, not platforms, but trains. And it's only very rarely that we're seeing that. So let's just go with tracks, right? So that's the tracks, TPH. Oh, that's the TPH. Trains per hour. So less than 10 trains per hour. Okay, fine. Trains per hour. Track types. Okay, we can obviously do that as well. Track speeds. Most of it is at a reasonable speed. Oh, actually, the commuter line can be a lot quicker. Okay, interesting. I kind of knew that. And then what is this? Train route color. Trains default train route. Oh, I don't know. I don't really know what that does. Trains is default color or the route color. Okay, fine. But I guess the route color is not going to bother us too much. Route visualization. Route loads. Oh, the load profile. I do like that. So I can see where it's quite busy. So that section is not too busy. Then it gets quite busy over here. Oh, this is a great view. A great view. And just the routes then. And then other layers is track base, track arrows, which is all kind of showing signal points over there, signal lines, station dots, yeah. Pop movement. Oh, pop movement is the red blobs. Station platforms are shown. Building foundation depth. Interesting. If we zoom in, here we can see. And that's why we're running at 20. It's because this building foundation depth is super duper deep because we had to cross through some of this stuff. Interesting. And Canary Wharf, we can see we're going to have some issues there. Okay, that's a very interesting one. So building foundation depth, ocean floor depth. Ocean floor depth, bridges, road labels, neighborhood labels, annotations, grade crossings. If we go out, road, bridges. Yeah, I don't know. I can't see anything else here. But anyway, that's grade crossings. They're currently shown, but we'll have to zoom in, right? So I'm assuming if we do that, it switches them off. Okay, beautiful. Okay, that gives us a good understanding of our layers. Let's do that. Okay, so that gives us standard view again, and we can see that our numbers are pretty good now. So if we go to demand, we're up at 1% already. So immediately, so we are getting to that potential 5% range. A few more episodes and we should be able to join the 5% thing together. We're back up at around 225 million. What is our current operating profit? Almost 60 million. It is starting to look pretty good. The question I would wonder is, do we run, if we go routes, that's just that. If we go toolbox, routes, can we potentially continue to run a train throughout, right? So that's one train there. That is maybe one train there. Does that drop us from the 58 million or not? Is the kind of question that I would like to ask. PAD. So we do that, see if we can run that. And then even the commuter line, I think we can just continue to run the one train throughout, right? It's interesting. We can't actually change some things there. But I guess ultimately this is a very low capacity line, and I'm not sure we'll be able to expand that too significantly. Now, I guess the next thing I wanted to do is potentially do a little bit of an expansion here on the commuter rail. And the plan would be that I want to run maybe multiple routes into here. Could potentially be, and then they just transition to that. Okay, so let's do, if we go to construction, let's add an extra commuter rail. And the thinking is we go to viaduct. So let's go at 8 meters, 8-meter viaduct. And let's have a look. If we look at demand, yeah, this is a pretty good spot. Let's do one right over here, and we'll just expand with an extra line here. So switch that back off. Now go here. We'll go with just the standard one, and we'll kind of pop it in here on viaduct, right? I don't think we can do 14 car, right? 44 million. So let's do one there. And let's go back to the demand profile. I guess the plan would be maybe another one here, and then we could spur off again here. And I guess maybe what we should be doing is allowing us a way of building a little bit more. So let's instead do that. Let's do a quad track station that allows for express trains to run through 2 platforms, 4 tracks, local. All right, so if we now would say run that in through here, yeah, I kind of like that idea. Let's just see, where do we want it? We will do it kind of right over here. All right, so we'll do, no, let's go smaller. Let's go down to the 10 car. The 10 car option is, I think, what we're aiming for. So we'll go with a 10 car variant like that, and we'll do one more kind of over here somewhere. Let's pull it back a little, get ourselves a bit of a 10 car variant. Right here. Yeah, that's good. That is very good. And then I guess what we'll do is we'll go with a line at that same level. So what is it we're at? 122 million. Yeah, that's good. We'll do that. And what we'll do is we'll link up these 2 lines at that same level. Yeah, that's pretty good. And now the thinking was that we probably just need a single, not that. Oh, that's commuter. Yeah. Let's just do, no, not single, parallel. If we then run parallel track over to here, right? Okay, let's start it on this side. That's okay. That building at 1.2 million can go. London Transit Authority announces ambitious expansion plans. In press conference that drew surprisingly large crowd, London Transit Director unveiled plans for what officials are calling the most significant infrastructure investment in a generation. We've listened to the commuters, said Fatima Jones, city planner, gesturing at a map covered in colourful lines. 23 stations is just the beginning. By next year, we're aiming to connect every major neighborhood. Wow, that's super ambitious. Local business owners near Artillery Lane expressed cautious optimism. More foot traffic means more customers, noted Maria Nguyen, who runs a coffee shop near the station. Though I do wish they'd finish the construction before my lease expires. The 317 $0.5 million budget allocation has drawn both praise and criticism, with transit advocates calling it long overdue, while fiscal hawks question the timeline. Yeah, that I do wonder about that. Now, if we can, we can tie in here, no problem. Okay, so I guess that we'll do that, and then we'll expand from there. We'll split it off from there to see how that works. Here we are transitioning into viaduct, which costs us a little bit more, but I guess that's 184 million. We can easily afford that. So let's build the blueprint. And what we'll do is we'll start running a new set of lines, right? So we'll do one line that goes one way and the other one. So let's just start with one. We'll start, and it'll be called C2. And we'll edit that to be a square, yeah. And this is commuter. We'll save that, and we'll say stations needs to be, edit the route. So we'll add a station here, and then we'll do a station. Oh, what is this? Okay. Okay. You know what I need to do here? I may need to run our existing train all the way there and then start a new train. But that's never going to work. Okay. Anyway, we'll go in there. We'll go all the way to there. Ooh, can't change tracks. Okay, I think what we need to do is construct some additional... Let's cancel the edit, right? Let's just go back to construction toolbox. We need some additional crossovers, right? So I guess we need to add a crossover. Oh, I see. So I guess we need to do something like this, something like that, and okay, so then, and we'll have to do a similar thing over here. I don't know. I'm not I don't think I'm the right expert for the job here. So if we say we're out here, we then transition out. I guess it's the wrong way around, right? Let's trim these. Let's trim that. Oh, this is all still... Oh, no. We've already built it. That's not quite ideal. Okay. Okay. Let us look. Let me get my quad track back on. Okay, so if we do quad track through there, tie that in. Forget about... switch it off, please. Okay, so let's do that. Let's do that. So redo it with the quad track. Now the scissor ramp won't come in automatically, so I'll do them. And we'll do a similar thing over here, right? And now I'm going to need to add the scissors, right? So we'll do scissor. Why is it so funny? Scissor. What? Okay, so we'll do something like that. And then similarly over here, we'll do scissor, and scissor, like so. And then let's do the review and build. That'll cost us X amount. And if I wanted to, hang on, go back into construction, just get me a single, oh, not a single, a parallel. Can I tie that? Oh, that's actually what I want to do. Hang on. Let us redo this thing, because maybe the scissor was the problem. If we did that... If we did quad instead, sorry, I'm just, I don't want to do all of that. Let's add scissor here, right? And then what I'll do is I'll trim this back. Okay. And then what we do is we do a quad track. Yeah. It doesn't want to. Okay. So that does not want to do that. Can we do single? Let's check single. Oh, we can. Oh, we can't. Oh, we can do singles. Maybe that's all we should have been doing. Ah, okay. Let us do singles then. That may be a trick. Single there. Actually, let's do both of them at the same time. Oh, yeah. Yeah, single seems to be working. And single there. And yeah, maybe I'm just being a little awkward about it. And then what I would like to do is just remove this thing. How can I remove this crossover? Can I remove it? I can't. I can't seem to remove it. So what I'll have to do is I'll have to just do... Can I just cancel the blueprint though? Anyway, fine. We'll leave it like that, right? That should be workable. And what we'll do is we'll just do a parallel track now from there to... no, that doesn't want to work. So we'll go back to the single option and we'll just tie them together. Right. I think that I'm starting to get the hang of this now. So, then we have this. And we don't necessarily need all of these guys, but we'll leave them there because we have them. Okay, let's build that. I'm not sure this is workable, but let's build this, build the blueprints. We have the money, and now let's go and have a look at C2 here. So C2, let's edit this one. I want the text to be in white. Save the change. Edit the route. You're gonna be starting off over here. You're gonna be running into here. Ah, beautiful. You're gonna be running all the way into there. Doesn't want to work. This does not work. Okay. Let's fix this. Let's fix it. Cancel the edit. Now, I'm gonna be spending again some money to fix our issue, our current issue. Okay, so forget about C2. Let's delete it. Everything can continue to run while we redo yet another bit of section here. So this would have been a costly bit of exercise, but we are going to get this right, I'm sure. So let's go and we'll clear out all of this. We'll forget about the massive quad track that we're running through here at the moment. Okay. Or we could have not done that. But anyway, what we'll do is let us run. I'm kind of wondering, if we wanted to run singles, right? I'm not sure singles is the way to go, though. I do wonder, hang on. If we then do quad again, right? If we say we're running quad from there to here, right? This is just blueprint at the moment. And then we say we run single in there and in there and in there. Ooh. Are we doing our own crossovers? Forget about that for the time being. Let's go this way and let's go that way. And now can I do? I can. I can do proper crossovers. Okay, fine. This is a very different beast. So the idea is from the outside track, let us do this properly. Okay. So go in there. Go in there. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun with this as we expand. So from here, what we'll do is we'll run you out this way. Oh, that's beautiful. And did we want to do a similar thing in that direction? Yes, we did. Okay, beautiful. And then we needed to be able to transition. Okay, I guess then we'll do, ooh, I think we need to get it close to the station though. So then what we'll need to do is go all the way. So we want to do this to this, right? That's something we want, but we also want to do that to that. Okay. And then we also wanted to do potentially this to that. Oh, look at that. Nice. Okay, let's do that. See if that does the trick for us. So that gives you over there. And then you'll run in there. Okay, let's see if that works. Okay, let's build that. That's 60 million. We'll build that blueprint. I'm going to get all of that done. I think this will work. This will help us a little bit if we understand this a little bit better. Now, back to routes. We're going to add C2 to the mix. It's going to be a square shape and it's going to have white text, and we're going to save those changes. We're going to then add stations to the mix. We're going to edit the route and we're going to say, yes, you're going to start over here and you're going to run into this stop. Yes, look at that. And you're going to pop in there. It doesn't want to do this. How come? Doesn't want to pick this one up. Okay, well, let's for the time being. So it's actually going all the way there. Can it then do this one? It can, right? So let's confirm those changes. Now, there's a little issue here. I'm wondering if it's because we're too far away. If we look at that. Anyway, I think what we'll do is we'll leave that for the next episode. We've been spending a bit of time on it. So if we go to trains now, we need to buy some trains. So I guess let us do that. We'll buy. And then we just say 1, 1, 1. Yeah, so 1 will work, right? So let's just do that. And we'll run that. Okay. So it is running. And then the idea is that we can transfer in this area, right? So we're allowing for a transfer. The idea is this will obviously be a much more extended piece of train line in the end, so that it actually works. And we're going to split it off a number of different locations, including running out that way, so that this will be the kind of backbone stretch, really. So I guess that's the kind of thinking that we have at the moment. But I do need to fix that little weirdness we're having here at Lawn Road. Okay, guys, I'll leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please hit that like button. I will see you in the next episode. Let's have a quick look at where our demands are sitting at. We're at that 1% mark. So I'm thinking we are progressing quite niftily here in the city of London. Okay, guys, thank you much. I'll see you next time. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Bye-bye.